He was America's beloved late-night king, charming millions with his smooth wit and golden smile. But behind the laughter, Johnny Carson harbored some intense grudges, and you won't believe which Hollywood legends made his blacklist. From shocking betrayals to private confrontations, these feuds reveal a side of Carson that stayed hidden from the spotlight, until now. For 30 years, Johnny Carson reigned supreme as the host of The Tonight Show, captivating audiences with his effortless charm, razor-sharp wit, and unmatched ability to put guests at ease. From 1962 to 1992, Carson became a household name and the gold standard of late-night television. But while he smiled on camera, not every celebrity earned his affection. In fact, some guests left such a sour impression that they sparked bitter feuds, ones that played out far from the studio lights. One of Carson's most notorious behind-the-scenes rivalries was with comedy legend Bob Hope. Though Hope was a staple in American entertainment, Carson reportedly dreaded having him on the show. The problem? Hope insisted on sticking to rigid, pre-written jokes, leaving no room for Carson's beloved improvisation. The once innovative comic, Carson believed, had become stale and predictable. Behind closed doors, Carson described Hope as a shell of his former self, and found their on-air exchanges to be painfully dull. Perhaps the most heartbreaking and well-known feud was with Joan Rivers. Carson had been instrumental in launching Rivers' career, eventually naming her the permanent guest host in his absence, a significant honor at the time. But in 1986, Rivers accepted a competing late-night hosting offer from Fox, without informing Carson. Feeling blindsided and betrayed, he immediately cut ties with her. He refused to take her calls, never spoke to her again, and even banned her from The Tonight Show, a ban that lasted decades and wasn't lifted until long after his retirement. Their falling out remains one of the most infamous rifts in television history. Carson's list of adversaries wasn't limited to comedians. Singer Wayne Newton also felt the sting of Carson's scorn. For years, Carson mocked Newton's appearance and masculinity during monologues, taking frequent jabs that eventually crossed the line. Matters escalated when Newton stormed into Carson's office to confront him face-to-face, reportedly issuing a stern warning. Newton later claimed the jokes damaged his reputation and career, and their animosity never truly faded. Howard Stern, the infamous shock jock, also clashed with Carson's sensibilities. Known for his controversial and often crude style, Stern was everything Carson disliked in a guest. While some late-night hosts embraced Stern's outrageous antics for ratings, Carson kept his distance. Their on-air interactions were notably short and uncomfortable. Unlike others who returned time and again, Stern was never invited back. Even Hollywood's elite weren't safe from Carson's quiet judgment. Saturday Night Live alum Chevy Chase may have enjoyed mainstream fame, but Carson reportedly found him smug and overbearing. Chase's tendency to dominate conversations and dismiss traditional late-night etiquette irritated Carson, who valued genuine, witty banter. While the tension never erupted publicly, insiders say Carson had little interest in ever sharing the stage with Chase again. Despite his warm and inviting persona, Carson had little patience for arrogance, insincerity, or anything that disrupted the flow of a meaningful conversation. He demanded authenticity from his guests, and had a sharp radar for phoniness. If someone couldn't match his wit, respect the show's rhythm, or show appreciation for the craft of live television, they were unlikely to receive a second invitation. Johnny Carson's on-air grace hid a private world of strong opinions and selective friendships. While he made millions laugh, the stories behind the curtain were far more complex, and often tense. These feuds remind us that even the most beloved stars have their limits, and in Carson's world, charm was a two-way street.